numbers on that.
Yeah, you know what? If you had the first half over, even though I'm an underbacker here, I kind of want to give you a true accuracy win.
We should give you a TA win on that.
TA win on that. Oh, dude, what a wild first half.
So
what a
we were
great game. Although
we were just
that
talking off the air
Parham
about
injury
this.
was
rough,
brutal. Man.
It's a brutal game we watch every once in a while. There's a really bad injury, but
out there.
Yeah, I asked a couple people who have some medical backgrounds about what was going on with this. I don't want to dwell on it too much. It's very depressing. Hopefully he's fine. But yeah, that very weird. I stepped away from the TV because it was just, they didn't get it. And then I come back and why haven't they run? I expected a play or two to be run. I thought I'd miss a play by running to the bathroom, and they are still, tending to him. So I didn't even really see that. I had to go find a replay. It was rough. But yeah, right before we got on the air, we were talking about the fourth down decision there. And, as we said, we both kind of were on the same page there. Part of the added expected value, the calculations, the math, and how does this help me win the game overall of going for fourth and goal from a very close spot, is that if you don't get it, you put the other team in very bad field position. You lose that when there's no time left on the clock. So we said, I think we without any empirical,
without a model,
doing any math or model,
we both said, model.
We both said, I'm fine with you kicking this.
Yeah, I was too. I thought they were going to. I really did. That was kind of surprising, actually. And honestly, stuff like that and some of the other stuff we've seen Braden Staley do makes me think he's just a super aggressive, he's just like a little, his gut is as aggressive as they get. He's the anti-Sean McVay in that regard.
So Ben Baldwin's decision bot says go for it, +2 win percentage.
In that spot, really?
In that spot,
because it was because I saw +2 in the first quarter one, and I agreed with that. I'm surprised it was still +2 when you do not get the benefit of your opponent having to snap a play inside their own one.
Yeah, but that was so the one from the 5, which is 4 yards further out, was 3.1% added. This was from the 1 and only 2 added. So I guess I get it. I guess I understand it. So and the drops have been something. The fact that, outside of the Parham injury, Williams went to the tent. Keenan Allen was dinged up as he caught that ball inside the 5. It was like, Jesus, are the Chargers going to have that much left for receivers? And this is a spot where I'm thinking about buying out of this under. Because we are afforded.
Oh, hell fucking yes. If we're talking totals, we are only looking over in the second half here.
I was hoping for a 26.5, which isn't huge, but
27.5 is still a big number. Let's
that or Chargers. So the Chargers.
Let's talk through the first half a little more.
Okay. Lower.
Let's talk through the first half a little more.
Okay.
Two clear observations.
First off, Turf Monster caused a big shift because I think that guy houses it.
One Turf Monster impact, which was negative, which was good for the under, bad for the Chargers. 2 fluke turnovers. One that they were both correct. Obviously, the interception, that was a tip. That was good play by the guy to get his hand on the ball. Good play by the guy that caught it. Set the Chiefs up well to add to their lead, and they can only get a field goal. That's on them. The second one, great play by Bosa. He knocked the ball out. That was a fair call. Well recovered by the Chargers. They converted that. Oh, they didn't convert that, but they kept points off the board for both teams. Ultimately, this has been fewer points than are deserved, considering how up these teams are playing, particularly offensively. Although I will caveat that with the Chiefs have been a tale of 2 offenses. And you know where I'm going with this. Yeah. Their first 15 scripted plays were magnificent.
That first drive looked so easy.
They looked like a absolute truck. Like, you're not stopping this offense from scoring 50 points tonight.
Like me having to play some 12-year-old at Madden. He just walks down the field as I'm trying to figure out the buttons.
Yes, and literally like, ooh, is the Chargers defense, were they affected by the Parham thing? Like, are they like a little shook?
I
Like
think they
that was
probably
going
were
through my
too.
head.
That didn't
That was going
help.
through my head for sure. But I think it was more about what Casey did to script those plays and how that ultimately played into, how ultimately that played into the success they had on that drive, because it was superlative. The minute it became okay, we're going to call these on the fly, you started seeing Mahomes revert to his sort of kind of, I'm willing to break the pocket, I'm willing to try to do things creatively, I'm gonna make something happen. And when Mahomes gets that way, like, and he's up against the two high safeties, that's trouble. That's not good. Like, the turnovers are live. Mistakes are live. When he's doing that, break the pocket, improvise stuff against any other look, you're going to get burned every once in a while. He's getting some home runs on you, but he's not hitting home runs against the Chargers tonight so far.
No,
so out of
and
structure,
it's the thing. Both teams
out of 15,
are running for over 4 yards a carry, and they're not like both teams aren't really wanting to run the ball all that much. Apparently, they should be running it a little more. But I mean, other things are working. And really,
I'm
like,
laughing at plus EVs. Just script 30 plays instead of 15. Boom, Super Bowl. Yeah. Why don't they script more than 15?
So Occam's razor, yeah.
Yeah.
If we're doing razors, these teams were 3 for 6 in the red zone.
Yeah.
These teams combined
3 for 6. So hang on, 3 for 6, 3 touchdowns, 1 field goal.
Yeah.
2 no scores at all, which is that's been nice for us on the under, because I'm ready to eject on this under, to be honest with you. But I think
only 362 yards total offense, which comes out to 24 points. But the fact that there was plus territory turnovers, the fact that there was a long kickoff return, like, there should be 28 to 31 points in this first half, probably. So I lean Chargers here. I like what I'm seeing from the team. And maybe a way out of this total is just a Chargers team total.
Chargers team total, or Chargers team total. You know what is what I would say? Chiefs off script, I don't feel as good about them.
No.
Scoring points. Chargers off script are still dangerous as fuck.
And they're aggressive.
Is a dangerous team. And they don't have, like, what's the deal with we're not expecting Keenan Allen back? Mike Williams came back.
Yeah, Mike Williams is back. I don't have
who else is out there receiving? Is it Jared Cook with his butter hands? Guyton and Williams, right? We're counting on Cook. Eckler's getting limited reps, though. They're mixing in a lot of Kelly, a lot of Jackson.
Keenan is
Keenan is back.
I saw him out there. I know. All right. I don't know if he's
is he a decoy? Because they didn't really get him involved, as far as I could tell you. They may be using him as a decoy. Okay. Chargers, I think, is the side. The Chargers are playing up in this game. The Chiefs, we saw the best of them through the first portion, and they didn't get enough of a lead to crush the Chargers spirit.
It's a stupid over 10.5 minus 165 again for this team total.
That's terrible.
And I think,
although when we get into overtime, where's that Bet Online?
Yeah, Bodog is down today.
I'm going as a gesture of goodwill, I'm not gonna shit talk Bet Online for a little while. If they want to hang,
whatever they want to do.
If they want to hang a juicy ass team total, go right ahead, guys. Whatever you want. No, you're not gonna let me sell support. No problem.
I woke up and pulled them open, and my account was a little higher than I thought it should be, and I looked, and sure enough, they cashed Urban Meyer, first coach fired. It was a very nice sandwich I had at you you at the
unbelievable. The deli,
the name of that place?
The deli with our producer Dan. The three of us were there together.
What's the name of the place? The deli at Circus.
Slotsky's or something?
No. Anyway, the place is team total. All right, we're playing
the deli across from the Circus Sportsbook was where we were betting that, and we bet it in the same minute, which is funny because thankfully they didn't try to be like, oh, you bought this. through multiple accounts.
Yeah,
I see
sometimes
multiple plays at the same time and multiple accounts.
Thank you guys.
Saginaw's death. Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna hunt down a better number. It looks like DraftKings has a minus 115, over 10.5, over 12.5.
All right, let's do that one. Over 10.5. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do over 10.5 minus 115. All right,
I have a DraftKings account. I'm just 20 miles too far north.
Oh man. So basically at this point, we are cheering for Chargers to score some points, and we are cheering for the Chiefs not to. Which means if ultimately the Chiefs just go bananas in the second half and the Chargers, we've seen their best. I'm in Polish middle territory here, which is never a good feeling, but so be it. It's when do we start preparing?
I put that in the starred ones. So you can star comments.
That's great that you can do that.
Later.
Yeah, save them for later. Save them for overtime for sure.
I'm excited to talk about that.
English 10.5 on you. I would go up to I would look for I wouldn't play it. I wouldn't lay more than 115 on this personally. If you're at that kind of a price point, we're talking about the same play as Chargers +4 basically. And in fact, Chargers money line second half isn't the craziest thing. The Chargers feel like, and actually, you know what's weird?
Bet any sports.
How much 45. Of the Chargers Chiefs did you watch the first time these two teams played?
Some.
Okay, because I'll tell you my general gut feel at halftime of that game was, God damn, the Chargers could have put them away, and they didn't quite do it. Yeah. And that's exactly how I feel right now, which is this could be 28-10, and this could be, this could be a runaway right now for the Chargers. If the turf monster, if the dropsies don't affect this team, then this is 28-10, not 14-10.
Yeah, we can't dog on Bet Online today. It's not something we're allowed to do.
Here's a question for you. If you are the Chiefs, I have a 2-part question.
Part 1.
Are the Chiefs a team that you qualify as making good second half adjustments or halftime adjustments? And if you are the Chiefs, what do you do?
You probably use that 30-second pick on defense rather than Hilaire. I don't know. It's a tough spot because it's just not a good matchup for them defensively with Jones out. I don't know if basically how do you win the second half? You have to be better on all your offensive drives, all of them, not just a couple. All of them have to be better. They've outside of the scripted drive, like you said, they've had a couple of real stinkers, and they've had to convert some third downs to even keep those moving.
Yep.
And the other part is you're probably gonna have to win the turnover battle, and that's not something you can be like, let's go out there and win the turnover battle. Sometimes that's luck, sometimes it's bad luck, and you're gonna need something like that. And you saw it last week. Like we said, the offense looked great against the Raiders, but at the same time they were playing from a plus position immediately. Their defense scored in the first play. It's a lot different playing with the lead.
Okay, so if I'm the Chiefs, I'm going more Tyreek Hill, a lot more. I'm trying to get the ball in Tyreek. I'm trying to get the ball in Tyreek Hill's hands every which way I can possibly. And actually, I'm trying to get the ball in Tyreek Hill's hands in that intermediate zone because I don't think I'm beating them over the top, at least the way that they're playing defense right now. Kelsey made a couple nice plays, but that was all out of structure. I don't want Mahomes out of structure as much as he was through the first portion of this game. I would look for more opportunities to the screen game was excellent also on that scripted portion. I would do more of that as well. What was your answer to the question of, are the Chiefs a good second or halftime adjustment team?
I don't
immediately YOLOs, and they give a gift of a pass interference. My God. That was a gift.
I really don't
think. That did not look like a PI. Let me see this again.
Ooh, that's a rough call.
Harris Jr., he had great coverage there. I guess he's got his hand inside his neck of his jersey a bit, but that did not impede him from making a play on that.
Sometimes it's tough to say,
that was super weak.
Yeah, I mean, he hooked when you see the neck come down
it's an easier call, but
it's an easy call. You see the white jersey move against,
It was more
whatever
of a
he's
hold
wearing
than a
underneath
PI.
there.
They
It's
gave him
easy to
spot of the
see.
foul.
Yeah, they
Yep.
should just give him holding.
They should have.
So second half adjustments, it's hard to tell sometimes. Like the past few years when they've just been kind of a truck offensively, like it's tough to be like, did they make any adjustments or we didn't? I mean, we didn't think it was PI watching it full speed. Once you saw it the second time where he hooked his jersey, for sure.
With the slow mo.
Calm down,
I
Garrett.
would have given it a hold, but even still, like,
And the ball, and Hunter has a point. The ball was in the air.
yeah,
It's hard to call it a hold.
well, the hold looked like it was when he was facing him before he broke. After that,
Yeah.
he was kind of, it was like the relics. It was the relics of a
What,
hold.
What is up with that necklace?
Yeah, I got my Christmas necklace on.
Skyfish is up building a hole by hole model of golf right now.
Excellent.
4 a.m.
Excellent.
Oh, my TV the color got weird on my TV. I don't know if it does this. I have a shitty old TV up there. So, what's the most CLV you have this week so far? Probably the Packers.
Oh boy, let me look.
If anyone has a Raiders ticket, that's the answer.
Packers for now. I have some good CLV on on the Eagles flyer I took. As it's trending, I'm gonna have some unreal CLV on my Seahawks 7.
I was gonna say Seahawks +7. Even with Lockett out, it's not coming back.
No. Did you see the Rams guys?
Yeah.
Who got added to the list?
Yeah.
That does seem like the beginning of more. I mean, the Eagles are the biggest in my account, but it's not a huge play because it was early and I grabbed.
Eagles are up to 9.5. That is something.
And honestly, like, why not 10? Honestly, like at this point with no centers, I guess. Are we expecting that because of the rule change, the Washington could show up with some linemen?
I read over the press release like 6 times today.
Yeah, I don't understand what it means.
Clear as mud.
It seems like it's written to let the NFL do whatever they want. Is that kind of what you get? They made a big rule that just said like we're kind of going to make this up as we go from here. Is that pretty much the way we're interpreting this?
Look at Mike Bowen coming in 10 minutes later with the English beat. That's what I was singing earlier. I don't understand. I feel like it was written as far as like if these guys tested positive this week, are non-symptomatic, asymptomatic, have been vaccinated, have a card that's legally
that was so close to a pick six.
And they
damn it.
And they are able to test negative here. It sounds like they might be able to play later this week. So that's a thing. I guess we'll find out.
So I guess if you have massive CLV, if you are someone that has shitloads of accounts, are you taking some of your winnings off the table right now? That's maybe the key question then.
I'm not jazzed about being like super deep into this week. Like I have more bets than I like. Yeah, and here's the other thing too that I failed to mention. They're using different tests now.
Yeah, I know.
So
everything's
changed. It's gonna turn into a thing. And Drew, not you, Drew Christopherson of country music legendary Hall of Fame lineage there. Mm-hmm. He hit it on the head. Like they're gonna do what it takes to play these games. It's like they did it last. 100%. You know how they did it last year. Like
100%.
We'll play it Wednesday. We'll play it Tuesday. We'll play it next week. You'll take your bye right now. Whatever. They're going to make these games happen. There's too much money, so I'm not too worried. And the fact of the matter is that that we haven't. Hopefully, knock on wood, we don't have one of these situations. There have been a few athletes around the way. Who was I believe it was an Atlanta Brave. Who ended up, with some health issues down the road. I don't know if Sergio Aguero ended up with, if that's what happened to him with some heart stuff. But it's scary.
I don't know the story.
It's scary to hear some of those stories. Hopefully, this doesn't mess with anything. Hopefully, we're still fine. But yeah,
I want to address Mickey's note. Actual crowd is a Sophie. I'm a crowd noise truther.
Are you? What's that mean?
It's pumped in. It's too uniform.
Freddie Freeman. There we go.
Are you too? It's too uniform. In my opinion.
Is that a White Russian?
Oh no, it's Nog. I'm noggin.
I have some Nog at home. What'd you put in it to get you fucked up?
Spiced rum tonight.
I don't know if I have any dark rum. I have like light rum.
Yeah, I
which
went
doesn't
with some
seem like
spiced rum. It's a Soggy Dollar spiced rum from the Virgin Islands. It's good.
I was thinking of that. That's my
You
favorite
know what the
part.
key was though, with any nog?
A little nutmeg.
Yes, a little fresh grated nutmeg.
Do you have like a microplane you use for that? Then?
Yes.
Oh, that sounds
Yes.
perfect.
100% yes.
One of my
Without
pet peeves
question,
is
yes.
my wife
Yeah.
not putting the cover back on the microplane.
Oh,
Those are delicate blades.
Whoa.
Hopefully she's not watching. I'm going to answer some of
Whoa.
these starred questions. When do we start preparing for this Winter Olympics? Pretty effing soon. But they are a mess, just like we're talking about now with the COVID stuff.
Yeah, what are they
And
going
the
to
fact
make the
that we're
athletes
mad.
do to compete? Are they going to make them go in quarantine for 21 days? Like
Yeah, and not only
anyone else
that,
in and out of China?
there's a decent chance there's going to be countries that will, not go.
Eject. Yeah.
Eject. I don't think you see NHL players go. I think that's kind of the consensus between the people that are talking, at least maybe not Canadian ones. Canada seems more likely to pull out than we are at this point. Andy, what's wrong with Bovada? I don't know, man. They did some updates. If you go on their Twitter, they said like, "Hey, we had some problems with some updates when we relaunched, and it'll be soon." But it's been down for a few days. Drew, is KD the MVP? I've said it for years. He's the best player in the league.
This is a great talking point because without question, the leader in the market this moment is Steph Curry. There's no doubt it's Steph.
Did you watch his? I sat down and I turned the TV on. I was flipping.
I can't watch him.
No, but did you watch the 3-pointer?
Oh, yeah. Watched it. Yeah, I was watching. Yeah.
I forgot about it. Flipped it on. It happened like 4 minutes later. I just kind of lucked myself into
bang,
it.
Bang! Oh, it happened early. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I'm like, oh shit! I wonder if he got it yet. And I turn it on, and they're like, he's one away.
Will you remember where you were when Steph Curry broke the all-time 3-point record? No, of course not. A lot of these all-time records aren't very meaningful considering that the game is so different, but that's fine. Doesn't matter. I was still cool. I still like Steph
it's
Curry
a lot of 3-pointers, man.
It's a lot, yeah. And some of the fanfare was cool that there's that kind of a deal around middle of the season NBA.
Russia, Germany. If Canada and US pull out, I don't know. Apparently Finland's down a little.
Are there middle markets?
Russia might just be like, hey, these are COVID meds we're taking. Just whatever, we're fine.
Are there metal markets up?
I haven't seen metal. I've seen some of the bigger sports like hockey have been up. I actually have a bet on. I went through, and this is funny that we brought up Bovada / Bodog. I was looking for something else, and I found a market, and it was a list of a bunch of Canadian hockey players, and it was like, will these players individually, will they make the team? Will they be on the Canadian hockey team? And I talked to like 3 different people about it, got some takes on it, got some, hey, I would bet these 3 or 4 at those prices. And I went, and they were like $10 max. I was so I spent, I mean, it's not like I spent my afternoon, but I spent like 10, 15 minutes talking to a couple people, and then I go back and it was like, yeah, betting, they're plus 250 things. So it was like to win 25 on all of them. So I have them still. They're probably all going to lose now if they don't go to Canada. So
jokes on you. Jokes on you for circles on.
Yeah, I should have.
Hey, let me go back real quick to Dan's question about the KD.
KD Lang.
You know when you do not win the MVP? In December. We are a long way away from understanding who the number 1 overall seed is. And I can see a very real world where the Warriors don't even get the 1 seed. It could be the Jazz, could be the Suns. I have some Warriors to win the Pacific at 4-1, so I'm very hopeful that it is the Warriors. It's not going to be the Timberwolves, probably, but you never know. COVID could take some teams out for extended time. Who knows? But the voting for a lot of these awards is always driven more by kind of voter sentiment in qualitative ways than it is if you're just looking at how players are impacting the game. And specifically, like if you're using an advanced model, player level model to come up with NBA pricing. it's not going to help you come up with any kind of handicap on the MVP award, because in general with the MVP award, if there is a player who is clear all NBA, future Hall of Famer, we know this guy is amazing, and he happens to be on a team that gets a 1 or a 2 seed in his conference, then that guy is in contention. That's basically how it goes. And so the fact that the Warriors right now are at the top of the standings, the fact that Steph has got all this fanfare around the 3-point, it makes total sense why he's such a huge market favorite right now. But there's a lot of season
I think
left.
that's kind of where Dan was going. Is there value on KD's price right now?
Okay. So this is a great question, because the Nets continue to win games. And the East, in my opinion, is substantially more there for the taking than the West. The West has
is it tough that they lost out on
teams.
They lost out on the Isaiah Thomas sweepstakes, though.
That could be the deal breaker. Yeah,
like,
they got some other hardship contracts, though. You saw those, right?
Well, all right, let's take 2 steps back now. What the fuck is a hardship contract? Like, these guys don't seem like.
Look at that! What a conversion for the Chargers, man.
Yeah,
Chargers
nice
are going to get us a touchdown. No, it's not. We got a long way to go, but that was a nice first one. Mike Williams is making plays. Mike Williams owns this team, man. If I'm the Chiefs, I'm tripling Mike Williams. Someone else beat me.
I mean, that was like a zone, and he just kind of floated in between.
He knew right where he was going, though, and so and Herbert was ready to go the whole way. So yeah, no, ultimately, like the NBA MVP is going to go to whoever gets the top seed. And right now, the likelihood that there is like a meaningful gap between the Nets and the next best team in the East is high. Like, James Harden is doing nothing for this team right now. They are stricken with COVID, and KD is like dragging them to wins this moment. But like, they're going to continue to win as they get healthier, as things bounce back for them. And they're doing it all without Kyrie, which is impressive. They may make an acquisition here. Like there's been teams have been calling to see if they can acquire Kyrie, which is utter insanity.
Kyrie
you get what you deserve.
That was my question. Yeah, that was my question from when I saw that. Is getting literally anything who could contribute, even as a bench player for Kyrie, a plus move right now, because he's not playing. Like, basically finding a guy who can play 8 minutes a game who's vaccinated. Like, that's a good trade.
Yeah, a million times yes. Apparently the what do you call it? The Mavericks called, and they were like, the Nets wanted
KP.
Porzingis.
Yeah, the KP thing. Yeah.
Aim lower. Aim lower.
Yeah, like,
aim lower.
You didn't need to offer him up.
Give me Brunson and Hardaway. We'll figure this out. Like, give me Dorian Finney-Smith. You want to throw him? Again, send me those 3. I'll give you. We got
a 4th and 2 at the 28 here. What is I'm gonna? You know what? I'm calling him Riverboat.
Staley.
Taking Riverboat Staley.
I don't have my model up, but my model says that there's more added win probability in going for it here, especially with
for this.
Well, it's a 1-point game, and there's a lot of time left, so I think you go for it.
I love a 3rd and 8 that you throw, an out route, a 6-yard out.
The thing is that a field goal makes it a 1-score game, and a touchdown and an extra point makes it a 1-score game. Did they not convert it? They didn't get it?
Have you ever known me to make that face when something good happens?
No, I thought maybe you were trying to play a joke on me.
I would never play a joke on you. Blackjack Brandon I like, though.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it sucks that Clay's been hurt for like
3.5
years now.
You know what I'm not doing if I'm Blackjack Brandon? Targeting Cook on 4th down.
Yeah, throwing that dumb slant to Cook.
Cook is the last guy that I'm targeting.
Oh, here's a fun one that we do not have the time to break down, but I might look at off the air. College bowls on Saturday, salami total. Signed collectibles, who's hanging that?
Let me look at these. Let me look at these games real quick, and I'll tell you. My gut here. Saturday is the Western Kentucky game, which is an over.
Yeah.
The Fresno State game, which is an over.
Maybe not like a big over.
The BYU game, which is an over. And the Liberty game, which isn't over.
I would
The
love.
rest of these are neutral.
All right. I have money in my DK account. I have time tomorrow afternoon. I'm driving to
You
Iowa.
going to Iowa?
I'm driving to Iowa for nothing but betting a grand salami over into bowl games.
I think it's over. It's not a slam
here's
dunk,
the thing.
though.
I'm driving back to my dad's house on Saturday early, and there's points where I think I'll get closer to the border even as I'm driving, so I can just dip in. Oh my God, Drew, what is that? Are you a volunteer fireman? Are you getting called in?
No, stop this. Jesus Christ.
What is there an
Holy
Amber
shit.
Alert?
Yes.
Okay, that's what that was.
Holy shit.
I didn't get it. I'm not
Sorry,
on the West
man.
Coast. So I had tornado sirens the other day. So
It was a missing or endangered child.
hopefully they find their kid. Hopefully Donald Parham's good. Hopefully the Chargers get some points on the board. Hopefully you guys have a great night. I'm going to go home.
Why did they target Cook?
I'm mad about that. So, all right. We'll call her an evening. We'll reconvene here Sunday.
Right. Best of luck.